am back in this bee like I never left. Another October is on us. As of the start of this video, it is now mid-October. And this is my first horror spectacular video for the month. Now, it just wouldn't feel the same. I just felt it in my soul that I had to put out something for October, even though I haven't uploaded on this channel in I don't know how long. I don't know when was the last time I uploaded on this channel, to tell you the truth. It might have been back in the spring. But having multiple YouTube channels becomes tiring, and they got old after a while. So, hence one of the reasons why I haven't uploaded since I don't know when. But I had to do something for October. I just had to. I had to. I wouldn't feel right in my soul. With all that being said now, welcome to Franchise Media's Horror Spectacular 2025. And it won't be like the previous October's limited videos. Basically reviewing horror films as I go, or as I watch them. Now, it was about a week ago, right? I happened to get into a conversation with a co-worker about Halloween, the franchise in total. The co-worker asked me, what do you think is the best Halloween film outside of the original Halloween? And my answer was Halloween 4, Return of Michael Myers. I like that one. I don't know why, I just like that one. It kind of it reminds me of the first one. I think it was pretty much a breath of fresh air into the franchise. For new characters involved. And a whole new storyline involved. But after that, it goes off the rails. And each movie that came after it never really came close to the first one, or even Halloween 4. But my co-worker answers and puts his input in there. He says Halloween 3, The Season of the Witch. And I was like, But I had to think about it. Because the last time I saw Season of the Witch was probably, coming close to 8-9 years ago now. 7 years ago. And I barely remember that one. I seen that one and said, oh, that was a movie. So I decided to rewatch it again for the reasons why my coworker said he liked it. It wasn't, you could say it's an anthology film, because it doesn't match any of the previous two Halloweens. There's no Michael Myers, totally new characters. So it was probably one of the reasons why people don't like Halloween 3, because it was no Michael Myers and it was something totally new. But after watching it for a second time, here's what I took out of their second viewing. It actually makes you feel like it's Halloween. It's a bona fide horror film. It really is. But I'll also take note of, I'm no longer driving on the coast of California, either southern or northern. Maybe not so much southern, because southern is very populated along the coast. But once you get past LA, going up northern Santa Barbara, there's these small towns, right? All the way from probably Oxnard all the way up till you get to San Francisco, San Jose area. They have these small towns that kind of remind me of the town in Halloween 3. I'm never stopping in these towns again. I'll take that as a note for future reference. But the reason why my coworker thought Halloween 3 was the best one outside of the first one, I saw for what he saw it. The villain, Cochran. That man hates kids. He hates kids. And his whole plan was to... Stonehenge just throws me off. Having the pillar of the Stonehenge threw me off. But his whole plan was to basically off kids, delete kids, by having them buy masks from this company, right? And they have these microchips Spoiler alert, we haven't seen it yet. But they have these microchips. And as soon as this song comes on in this commercial that's been playing on TV for most of the movie, as soon as that song comes on, the chips activate in the mask. And the mask starts giving these kids seizures and all kinds of stuff. Eventually deleting the kids in the worst way possible. And then all kinds of other stuff happens after that. But the one scene in this movie that probably gets everybody in this movie is probably one of the most gruesome scenes in horror films. No blood in it either. It's the scene with the kid, when the family that our main character, Dr. Dan, meets midway through the movie, played by the great Tom Atkins. This family, basically, they're captured, but they don't know it. And they're becoming test subjects. They're put into this room. The kid is given the mask. The kid puts the mask on. It's a pumpkin mask. And then they start watching TV. The commercial comes on, and the kid starts having seizures. He's struggling. You can't see any facial expressions because, of course, the mask. The only thing you could see is his eye. And you can see how much distress and horror and pain this kid is in when this mask starts to convulse on his head, and he starts to convulse, thus passing away. And then you have the snakes and the bugs and all that stuff coming out of the mask, and the parents eventually becoming deceased as well. Such an evil plan by this Cochran guy. And then at the end, spoiler alert once again, Dr. Dan here doesn't really, save the kids. He saves some, but he doesn't really accomplish his mission of stopping this commercial from getting out and deleting these kids with the mask that bought these masks, including his own kids who bought the mask that we see in the beginning of the film. But neither does Cochran really fulfill his plan because he gets deleted too. So nobody wins in this thing. It's one of those neutral movies that nobody wins. But Dr. Dan here, played by Tom Atkins, is a normal man. He's a doctor, divorcee. His wife is annoying. Because I bet they divorced because he spent too much time at work. Maybe he was doing something else he was supposed to be doing at work. Doing something else. You catch my drift. But he's a normal man. Very concerned. He's a dad. Cares about the kids. So when he sees this young boy being deleted by the mask in the climax of the film, he's completely horrified watching this as it's taking place. And he can feel his pain. I think anybody can feel the pain who has a heart, because any danger or violence towards kids is just... I'm going to say this right now because I watched VHS Halloween, the new installment to the VHS franchise. I'm going to say this right now. Violence towards kids disturbs me. I know it's horror, but it disturbs me. It really does. I get uneasy watching it. Any violence towards kids. Maybe except slapstick comedy. That's funny. Yeah, the kid's getting slapped, but he's not getting deleted. But anyways, that's my disclaimer when it comes to that. But yeah. This movie has witchcraft and, which I'm not fond of, but witchcraft and robots. I don't mind robots. I like robots. I like cyborgs. It's a mixture of witchcraft and cyborgs. Well, anyways, Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is not that bad. It's not that bad. It gives you that creepy Halloween feel. It does. It does. Now, my coworker ended up saying he wished every movie after Halloween, the original Halloween, was just like Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Then I also told him, I say, yeah, if every movie was like that after the original Halloween, then we wouldn't have... I don't think Michael Myers will be the horror icon that he is. Because the horror icons that everybody thinks about off the top of their brain is either Freddy, Jason, or Mike. or even Chucky, maybe. I think the newest one is Art the Clown from Terrifier now. But anyways, go see Halloween Season of the Witch. I think it's on Peacock. Yeah, I saw it on Peacock. If you got Peacock, go see it. Maybe go buy it on Blu-ray on Amazon, because now I guess Best Buy don't sell Blu-rays no more. But anyways, I'm out of here.